Are you ready to finally settle into your brand? I mean, commit, show up, invest, and show yourself to the world. You know, be seen and get the results you watch other similarly qualified people get. If you have written a book, or you've been working behind the scenes for a while, or you've been working on your business for a long time and you're just ready to level up and take your business and your brand to the next level on the outside as much as you have on the inside, but you weren't sure where to start, stay tuned, because in this video, I'm gonna give you 5 steps to creating a brand and a business that feeds your bank account and your soul at the same time. If you're new here, welcome. If you're tuning back in, welcome back. My name is Andrea Reindl. I am the founder of Legacy Creative and a brand strategist. On this channel, we are on a mission to help visionaries, authors, speakers, and business owners, and the team members who support them, build amazingly branded, customer-centric businesses that make a difference. If that sounds like you and something that you want to be part of that community, be sure to subscribe, hit the little bell so you can be notified the next time we go live, and you will hear all that we have to share with you. All right, let's dive in. When you are ready to rise, when you're ready to take your brand and your business to a level that you would be proud of, if Oprah or whoever your aspirational human is stumbles across you on the internet, there are a few things that you know you need to get clear on before you're really ready for that. This is the video for you. Lately, my team and I have been working with a few people who've spent years in the figure it out phase of their business. They've been running events, building an email list, some of them have written a book, they've been coaching or consulting for a while, and they really know a lot of the business that they want to build, but it's not quite in alignment just yet, and they're looking for ways to get that business like super clear and in alignment so that they can experience the next level of hockey stick growth. You know, when you go from being like boom, boom, boom to whoosh, and your business starts to grow fast. So what I'm gonna share with you in these 5 steps are the 5 pieces that I think all businesses need to be clear on before they experience that incremental growth. Before I dive in, I want to share the top 2 benefits that I and my clients have all experienced through the art of slowing down to speed up. It's kind of like if you're going on a road trip and you want to get clear about the destination before you jump in the car and go. I know spontaneous road trips are fun once in a while, but sometimes you want to navigate to where you're going. That's what these benefits are all about. Benefit number 1 is that clarity helps you optimize your focus. When you are clear about the 5 things we're going to talk about today, you can run your business, your years, your months, your weeks, and your days with a sense of purpose. You will know where you should be spending the hours in your day to get the results that you desire. All right, the other benefit, and this is my favorite one, is that your business will actually grow. I have worked with 5, 6, 7, and 8-figure entrepreneurs, people who have sold literally millions of dollars of products online and in person. And the ones who grow and still love their business know how to answer all these 5 elements at any given time in their business for where they are in their growth phase. These are things that I have observed that 7 and 8-figure entrepreneurs know how to answer regularly. And stay tuned, because number 4 is the one that will help you create the influence that you dreamed of when you started your business. All right, let's dive in. Number 1 is that you need to be clear about you. Yes, if you are ready to actually brand you and your business, shouldn't it start with you? I mean, if you're here and you're already successful and you've done something right in your life, now is the time to step up and to do you. Your way. Maybe you're stepping out from behind the scenes, or you're leaving a job that you've had for years and this is your phase of life, or you're starting your own thing that you've been just thinking about and dreaming about for a while. Whatever that is, whoever you are, what I highly recommend is that you build a business that is designed around you. Because at the end of the day, your business needs to feed you, and you need to be excited to show up. When you're excited to show up for your business and your brand, you are far more likely to succeed. One of the first things I do when I start working with clients is I find out who they are. And I get curious about that, because honestly, if we can build a business that is designed for you, that's going to feed your soul, you are going to succeed at it. That's just how that works. So the number 1 thing that you need to be clear about is who are you and what kind of business do you want to build. So how do you actually do that? How do you start to build a business where you're at the center of it and the rest of it circles around you? Well, here's 2 types of tools that will help enlighten you, who you naturally are, and help you start to build around you. The first type of tools are those that highlight your natural tendencies. I really like Myers-Briggs and Kolbe. Yes, they're 2 different types of tools, and one or both of them will help you get to know your superpower. There's some other similar ones like DISC, Enneagram, Strengths Finders. The list is kind of endless. My point is, find one get an interpretation, and figure out what you're naturally good at before you go and build your brand. The second type of tool is one that helps you understand your energy, what lights you up, and how you generate results in life. This could be through human design or something like astrology. Whatever you decide to study or get an interpretation through, you should know what feeds your energy versus what drains your energy. Now, if this feels too woo-woo for you, let me tell you that a few years ago, I noticed a pattern. All of the people I knew who had 7, 8, and 9-figure businesses, they knew their energy patterns, and they knew all of these readings. They had them all, the astrology, the human design, the you name it, they had it. They are body, mind, and soul integrated, and it's kind of like a secret that the wealthy and successful people keep to themselves. So if you feel stuck, and it's time to get unstuck and push your brand forward, think about using one of these energy tools to figure out how to build a business that's going to serve you first. Okay, the number 2 thing that you need to be crystal clear about when you are ready to level up your brand is who is your ideal client. Now, you might call this client, avatar, right fit client, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what you want to call them. The idea here is who is the right person for you to work with. Now, some criteria about what makes the right fit client or the ideal client is someone that you like to work with and they take your work and they implement it and they actually get results. Recently, my team and I were doing an exercise together trying to get more clear about who our ideal client was and how we could make our customer journey just smoother for them. And what we did is we looked at all of our favorite clients, which is most of them, and we took all their character qualities and put them in a list. And then we looked at what they had in common and we took the common character qualities and created this one perfect ideal client. And then we took 2 of our clients' names, smushed them together, and made our own ideal client. Now, it's not quite that simple when you're working with real people, but the fact is when you're working with people and you're in a business that sells ideas, transformation, experiences, and feelings, it's quite easy to organize your ideal client around what are their character qualities, what do they value, and how can you help them. It is so important to be crystal clear about your ideal client. At its simplest, what you need to understand about your ideal client is what do they value, how does that align with you and your company values, and how can you help them? So for example, around here, we like to build stuff. And thankfully, I like to start and my team likes to finish. So what we often say is that we know our awesome clients are the ones that we call Lego block people. They like lots, even most of the work done for them initially, but they also want to be able to understand how to do some of the work on their own. They want to understand how do those Lego blocks fit together, and if they were to take something apart and put it back together slightly differently, how could they do that? This is important for us to know because we need to design systems that are going to work for those Lego block people. And it's just as important that you know who your ideal client is so you can design a journey that's going to work best for them. Here's another thing you should know about your ideal client. You should also know where they are in their journey. Here's kind of a cool thing. Very frequently, when you're a coach, a guide, or a consultant, your ideal client is a version of you a few years ago. Now, this isn't an always thing, but it's just frequently I notice this. So it's important to know where they're at in their journey. So for example, I was working with a therapist recently, and she was saying that the inside journey of someone leaving a job is about the same as the inside journey of someone who keeps hitting a ceiling in their business. Like they keep making a certain amount of money and then they can't get past that. This particular client of mine is someone who does inside therapy work. She helps people get clear on what are the stoppers and blockers and things that are holding them back psychologically so they can move forward in their life and business. She was trying to reconcile, how do I take these people that are just barely leaving their job and these people who are running 7, 8, 9-figure businesses and put them all in the same ideal client? Well, what we uncovered was that they're really kind of the same person who values the same thing and is at the same stuckness in their life. And so what we were able to identify for her is that what she really needs to speak to is getting unstuck, because that's what she helps them do. She helps those that are at the top out ceiling of their life and just levels them up to moving to the next part of their life. It doesn't really matter whether they're leaving a job or they're going from making 7 to 8 figures. The thing that matters is that they're stuck and she can help them get unstuck. This is how crystal clear you need to be about your avatar if you are ready to level up your brand. And by avatar, I mean ideal client. This is how clear you need to be about who it is that you serve and you help and you can get a result for. Next up, number 3, know your damn business model. I mean, how do you generate value and what do people pay you for? How does your business make money? This might be as simple as you only do one-on-one work and you charge hourly, or it might be a membership base, or you might sell a training program, or maybe you sell VIP days. It doesn't really matter what your business model is. What matters is that you are clear on it and you can communicate it to your ideal clients. You do need to know this, my friend. If you want to take your business from where you are now to the next level, whatever that is, you are going to need to know how you charge people, what they're paying for, what your payment terms are, what your refund rates are, like really understand the ins and outs of your business model. That is how my 7- and 8-figure clients and even my 9-figure clients take their businesses and grow them that big, is that they understand their business model. I do not know one New York Times or Wall Street Journal best-selling author that doesn't know his or her business model inside out. If you want to go big, you are going to need to know this. And if you need help with it, be sure to dive into different business models in your industry so you can understand what's working for some people, what's going to work for your ideal client, and ultimately what's going to work for you. Number 4, the one I referenced at the beginning of this video. This is the one that really helps you get some influence with your work. You need to know your method. How do you get your result with your ideal clients? So think of this as your recipe. If you were a baker or a chef, you would know that there are essential ingredients that you need to get the same every time you make your signature dish, and that those ingredients are what creates a predictable result. Now, you would put the ingredients in and then you would know the steps that you need to put them in, and you probably, if you were like a world-class baker or chef, you would have some special tips that only you know how to add in, or some like zhuzhi way that you get that result with your recipe. I don't care if it's cookies, pizza, or whatever it is that you're baking, there is a magical way that the best in the world get the same result every time. If you are a transformational specialist, you probably have a method. Now, whether you know it and it's defined and documented and you talk about it, that's a whole nother thing, and that's what we help you get clear with. But the thing is, if you want to have influence and you want your brand to grow, you are going to need to know that method and what makes you different and sets you apart from people that are similar to you. I don't care who you are or what you're doing, you do have competition. That's part of life. So it's important that you know how you set your business aside from your competition so that your ideal client knows you're their person. Finally, and definitely not last, number 5, you need to be clear about your message. You have to get your messaging dialed right in, my friend. You know, I've got to say, broad, vaguely messaging will take you exactly nowhere. You will be lost in the oceans of boring people, while people with fabulous messaging will stand out and close your ideal client because they are clearer about their message than you are. If you talk to a group of people, you are basically talking to no one. If you want to own your brand like a boss, you are going to need to create messaging that has impact and resonates with your ideal client, so that when they find you or they stumble across you on TV or some sort of social media network, they just say yes because you're speaking right to them. You want them to feel seen and understood and heard all at once, and for them to know that you are their guide. So it's really important that the 5th thing that you dial in nice and tight is your messaging, so that you know who you're talking to and they are attracted to you. There you have it, my friend. Those are the 5 ingredients you are going to need when it is time to level up your brand. Here's a quick recap. Number 1, you need to be clear about you. Number 2, clear about your ideal client. Number 3, your business model. Number 4, your unique method. And number 5, your sticky message. You can stand out, you can be remembered. It all starts with getting clear and then getting branded. If you need help with any of this and you're one of those Lego block humans that I mentioned, feel free to reach out to my team and I. We would love to help you get clear. And in the meantime, if you have any friends that you think would benefit from this, please forward this video to them, get on our email list, and stay in touch, because on this channel, we are on a mission to help visionaries communicate their vision. Until next time, my name is Andrea. Make it a great day.